Ciao everybody and welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Julian Gennady and this is a match preview of the round of 16 first leg against Villarreal Champions League match. It is in Spain, the first leg, and I will be bringing to you the predicted lineups for Villarreal, for Juventus, and my thoughts on what's going to transpire especially over the first leg, and then how the outlook could look beyond that in the Champions League. So again, when I go through the lineups, it's not fact, it's not written in stone. Anything can happen. As you saw against Torino, Rugani gets hurt and Sandro had to play. So it is just what's reported from our SPORTENING app. And as you can see at the bottom left-hand corner of your screens, we have our SPORTENING ad. It's an app that you can download to get standings, news, reports, lineups, match ratings about your favorite teams. And obviously, if you're on this channel, it's going to be about Juventus, and you can join our Bianconeri Zone chat. And it's a fun time. We get to discuss, go through everything that's happening during the game, and then after the game, you can give your own match ratings, and we can compare. It's fun. It's a good app. Download it. It's in the description below. So make sure you tune into that. And as always, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will be doing a watch along today for the Champions League match. We're going to start 15 minutes before kickoff, so join me for that. Now let's get into the business end of things. Where do we want to begin? Let's start with the injuries for Juventus. There's a whole slew of them. Rugani's not playing, even though he tested negative for all of his possible injuries. Same with Dybala, not playing. Bernardeschi's still out. Chiesa, of course, is still torn ACL. Chiellini's not playing, and the one positive thing is Bonucci is making the bench. He's making the trip at least. Will he start? Remains to be seen, but we know he is going to Spain. He's in Spain right now at the time you're watching. And then on Villarreal's side, it's only Francis Coquelin and some guy named Peña, who's definitely out. So that means Gerard Moreno is making the trip. Well, not making the trip. He will be included in the roster for today's game and tonight's match, wherever you are. So that's the injury report for both teams. And we're struggling with injuries right now. What else is new? This is a reoccurring theme. Throughout the majority of my time watching Juventus, especially the last 6-7 years, we're always injured. Always have injuries. Important players. Well, Dybala, everyone's seen the stats by now. He hasn't played many Champions League knockout minutes in the past, since 2017. And people say it's a myth. Some people say it's a fact. Numbers don't lie. He may be available to play in those games, but he might play 54 minutes and then get hurt. He might come on as a sub and get hurt. Leon, see that game. So this all comes back down to the contract, and if you're frustrated with the player, it's the biggest thing in Juve land off the field. On the field, of course, we have many more issues than Paulo Dybala. For one, who's scoring tonight? Who's creating tonight, sorry? Who's creating the chances for Vlahovic? McKennie? No. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough game. And I did a live on Sunday. And I really asked the question, is Villarreal under Unai Emery or Juventus under Max Allegri going to go for this game? Or are they going to pick and choose when they want their team to pounce on a chance? I'm thinking it's going to be very boring. I'll get more into that after, because I'm going to read out Villarreal's lineup. Projected. I'll say projected. So in goal, they got Geronimo Rulli. If you know who that is, he's made some mistakes in the Champions League already this year, but they've been solid. He's been solid throughout La Liga. And they got Juan Foyth, formerly of Tottenham, as a right back. Raul Albiol, we all know Raul Albiol from his Napoli days, Real Madrid days. And a guy I want Juventus to sign beside him at center back, Pau Torres. I really like the player, very good on the ball, left-footed, kind of youngish at least. So keep an eye out for him today because I think he'll be not bad. Then they have here. See, this is where it starts to get a little bit muffy. They have Alfonso Pedraza starting as a left back, but I always thought it was the Ecuadorian Estupiñán that starts for them usually. I don't know if he's in or suspended, but this says Pedraza, so I don't know. And then in midfield, they got midfield three of Etienne Capoue and Danny Parejo in a pivot with Lo Celso hovering above them, supporting the attack more. Another player from Tottenham. Ever since he ever since he arrived at Villarreal since the January transfer market, he's been good for them. So look out for Lo Celso. And then on the right wing, they got Sami Chukwueze, very good Nigerian player, dangerous, very good at dribbling. So whoever's playing left back for us, be aware, keep it nice, keep it in front of you, and it's going to be a good test. Then on the left wing, they have Alberto Moreno. I don't know if he's going to play. It might be Yeremy Pino. I am assuming it's going to be him instead. And down the middle, they got their main man at the moment, Arnaut Danjuma. He's on fire. Or he's been good all season at least. So they do have threats off the bench. They do have, what's his name? The old Barcelona guy, Paco Alcacer. He's available off the bench. And Gerard Moreno, 29-30 goal scorer last year, he's available off the bench. He's recovered from his calf injury apparently, so he'll be available. And now looking to us, it says 4-4-2, and I believe it. I believe it to a T. Tech and net. DeShilio right back, Danilo center back, Dalit left center back, Sandro left back. And now we know, and I've said this, Bonucci did make the trip to Spain. I think he'll just be on the bench. I don't think he'll start. He's just coming off an injury. He might be there if desperately required, but I think Danilo can do a good job. And the flat midfield across the middle of the park, Cuadrado right mid, Locatelli central, Zakaria central, Rabiot. Is he left center mid? Is he left mid? Whatever that position is for him, it's created. And then we got Dusan up top with Morata. No creativity, from what I see. At this point, you might as well make it a 4-3-3 and just stick Cuadrado up there and put Morata on the left wing and put Dusan in the middle, because there's no balance here. There's no creativity. There's nothing. It's a little bit scary. Obviously, in this iteration of what's being reported, Pellegrini won't be starting. He has made the trip as well after that injury at Torino. Sandro gets the start just because he is who he is, and I'm not very thrilled with this team. This 11, but we gotta trust. There's still no excuse for us not to win. We gotta trust what Max Allegri wants, and I'm smelling a 0-0 or a very low scoring game regardless. So those are the projected lineups. Where they can hurt us is on a counterattack, of course, with Chukwueze and Danjuma and probably Yeremy Pino. Those three up front could make the difference because they're very direct, dynamic. They don't really like to play the ball around. They like to just go. So we need our back four, and whoever's protecting is Zakaria, is it Locatelli. We need them to protect us and protect our back four at all costs, and I'm sure they will. Or at least we'll be set up in that way to protect. In terms of their fullbacks getting forward, Villarreal's fullbacks do not get forward. Juan Foyth, I'm not worried about him. Let's knock out wood though, because who knows what's going to happen. And then Estupiñán gets more forward than Pedraza. So again, weird. And in their midfield, obviously Parejo likes to dictate play as much as possible. We know him from his Valencia days when we played them in the group stage a couple years ago. Capue's the destroyer, and Lo Celso's the connector from midfield to attack. So again, is it Rabiot picking up Lo Celso? We got to see the midfield battles. We have to win the midfield battle. There's no excuses. One thing we have to note, and we have to keep noting, the away goal rule is not in effect, so we don't have to worry about that. But this will probably make Allegri say, let's not go and attack. And that's still not a good mindset, but he is who he is, and he's going to stick to what he knows, what he thinks he knows. We're going to go to, now we're going to move on to Villarreal's recent matches and their form. So, yes, they beat Granada 4-1. They tied Real Madrid. They beat Real Betis. They beat Mallorca, and they lost to, I said this on Sunday, Elche. So they're 3-1-1 in the last 5 games. Decent form. They've been trying Danjuma down the middle recently in the absence of Moreno, and it's been working. So I would say continue to watch out for that. And now for us, we all know we haven't lost since the Super Cup, or whatever that's called, against Inter, and that was our only loss since November 30th or something. So again, in the league, it's been 7 wins, 5 draws, which is horrible. Like the 5 draws are almost like losses. And specifically in our last 5 league games, not our last 5 league games, but 5 games in general, we have 1 win in Serie A, 3 draws in Serie A, and a Coppa Italia win. Form's not good. The form we're in right now is not good. But again, you just gotta believe, you gotta trust. I'm not gonna coin the Philadelphia 76ers, trust the process, but I am, I guess, because I just said it. So we gotta trust the process from Max Allegri. Villarreal sit 6th in their group, or in their league, 3 points behind Atletico Madrid, but we know Atletico Madrid's having a poor season. But yeah, my match prediction, before I say the score, my match prediction is look for it to be a boring, very intense, high intensity game. Lots of good defending, lots of structure in the games defensively, but attacking, look for each team to try and counterattack, because that's the mindset of both these coaches, and whoever's on the ball and makes the best decisions in the counterattacking phase of the game probably will be most successful and get the result they want. And that's my opinion. Let me know yours in the comments. Now for the score prediction, it's brought to you by SPORTENING. Like I said, the app, download it, join our community, Bianconeri Zone. Let's have a chat about it. I'm going to go 1-0 Juventus final, and it's going to be a Alvaro Morata goal, scrappy goal. And I'm going to say it right now. Let me know yours again in the comments. Let me know what you think is going to happen. Let me know your score prediction. And join me for the watch along 15 minutes before kickoff. Game starts at 3 o'clock Eastern, 9 p.m. CET. That's in Italy, like turn time. So yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, Dusan Vlahovic jersey giveaways is going to be held Thursday, and then the live show from Justin. And Forza Juve. Let's go. See you soon.